Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another discussion video. I saw this a couple days ago. It came out a couple days ago on Reddit. I got a lot of upvotes. It was detailed. I skimmed through it a little bit, and I thought it was pretty good, and I thought I should make a video talking about it. It's pretty much it's a proposed mechanic, and it's about navies of Calradia. So pretty much how ships would work. I'm guessing trading ships and warships and stuff of that nature, right? I did make a video like this recently where I talked about how I'd implement ships into the game. So I'm going to link that down below, and also I'm going to link this down below, this post here, and the guy who created the post, which is 40k account TD. He has a lot of these proposed mechanic posts that are very detailed, and if you guys like it, go show him some support, some comments, upvotes, all that other stuff, But yeah, so this did come out 6 days ago. I am kind of late on it. Like, if you guys do know, if you guys are on my Discord, I had a child recently, my first child. The child's healthy, everything's all good, so now I'm back to making videos. I decided to go back and check this out. So now, without further ado, let's read through it together. Let's see what we think, and we'll go from there. So, proposed mechanic, navies of Calradia, description and comments. So first, let's look at the map real quick, make it a little bit bigger. So we have, okay, so Sturgians would have one, the Azerai would have one, Imperial would have one, so this is like the Empire, and the Vladians would have one. Okay. Okay, yeah. Because in my concept, I really just wanted the Sturgians to have ships, right? But the Vladians, would make sense for the Vladians to have one too. And in my other video, I thought that the Sturgians should have ships that they could trade with, right? To pretty much help them out. And the Azerai should have like expeditions that they could travel down and like trade and stuff like that, right? But okay, so let's see what he has to say. So hello. While there has been a lot of discussion regarding naval combat in the future, I wanted to outline how I think it may work in a future update, or more likely DLC. I've tried to match faction ships with their historic inspiration, as I will explain below. Each of these ship types make a big difference in how they will be used. I understand this is a long way off, but I see so much potential in this game. I can't wait to see what it becomes. I agree. I do see so much potential. I think it has the structure for a lot of great things to happen, if that kind of makes sense, right? So key points. Ships can be built in any of the ports marked on the image. This would take a period of time. Okay, so as you can see, Sturgians have 4 points. Vladians have 2 points. What is this? The Northern Empire has 1 point. Southern Empire 1 point, and this is the Western Empire, right? Has 2 points, and the Azerai have 4 points. So the Azerai and Sturgians have kind of the advantage here, which, like on my video that I suggested, I agree, because they are pretty weak. Kingdoms to begin with. Let's go back to it. Initially, a player will only be able to build the types of ships that matches the port's location, but as they gain naval skill levels, the restrictions will no longer count. I agree, that could be like a legendary skill, like build any type of ship you want at your... Yeah, no, I agree with the concept. Ships are expensive, with the Vladian warships costing some 30 to 40k, while the Imperial Droman costing even more, 50 to 60k. Smaller ships like the Sturgian longships or the Azerai Doe, I think that's how you say it. Do you ignore the H, the Doe? Being cheaper, 10 to 20k. Upkeep is also expensive. In my video, I've listed they should be a lot more, in my opinion. A lot more. I would say double each cost that he stated over here. I think ships are very powerful, so I think they should cost more. Ships will have crews, but can also carry a party. Okay, yeah, I stated that ships should have a companion that mans it, right? So it should, and you should take some units for the crew. Okay, I agree. A fleet of ships can be commanded by a companion. Oh, okay. See, there it is. That's exactly what I was talking about. Pretty much, a fleet of ships can be commanded by a companion or by a player. I agree. Your companion's fleet can be set to fight randomly spawning pirates or even be ordered to attack enemy trade. Yes, 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 right? And at the same time, if this is being added, I think a core in-game feature that should be added that I think would be very cool is if you can go to a town or you can go to, let's say a town you own. Inside the town, there should be a guy who's like a militia trainer or something like that, right? And that should be able to send out troop parties around the town to protect the villages and the villagers from bandits and looters. I think that should be a thing. I don't know why it's not a thing exactly, but it should be a thing. I know there are mods on it pretty much right now, but yes, I agree with this, and I think it also should be in regular towns for, what's it called? For like ground combat against like bandits and stuff of that nature. Large ships large ships can only be anchored in ports, while lighter ships can drop anchors anywhere while allowing their parties to go ashore. Agree. Fleets will be small. 1 to 5 ships with crews of 20 to 30 for the smaller ships and 40 to 60 for the larger ones. Okay. So I guess since they could go really, because they could go around the map really fast. That was the right link. They go the map really fast. So yeah, less troops to make it less overpowered, I guess. Okay. Large ships will require a higher percent of the crews to be sailors, poor in close combat, while long ships will be almost entirely warriors. Okay, I understand. So like the crew, they're good at sailing, but they're not good at fighting. Okay. Should a fleet be anchored off the shore? In the case of dhows and longships, the party can go ashore, leaving the sailors that come with the ships to defend them. At this time, they will be very vulnerable to attack. Ooh. It depends what happens if the ship is attacked. If the ship is attacked and let's say like it's looted but they leave, that's fine. Or if they occupy it, but if they steal it, I feel like that would be very annoying. You know what I mean? You get off the shore and then you go to the closest town and all of a sudden, boom, your ship is gone. Got yoinked. So, yeah, but it shouldn't be able to be stolen. But then again, it will kind of make sense if a ship is stolen. So, on and off with this one. Ships and ports will be protected by the town, although a criminal gang in the town can be paid to burn the ships in port, a mission in which the player can also take part. I purely propose how relationships with criminal gangs have developed here. Like I said, he has a lot more mechanics, and I will, like mechanic posts, and I will go over more of them because as I can see, he's very in tune with the game. He's trying to put different concepts together, and that's it's exactly what I kind of do in my proposal videos. Like I try to put the concepts that are in the game already and how they would work with the new concept, right? Because I think that makes it more solid, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, criminal gangs. I'm telling you, we need more features with criminal gangs. I was so excited when I saw them in the town, but then I realized you can only really do quests. That's pretty much it. Or you can turn, if there's like 2 criminals in the same town, I'm pretty sure you could pretty much fight one of them to get rid of it, or you could turn against them and stuff of that nature. That's pretty much it. Like you got a quest and a betrayal quest. That's pretty much should be a lot more. The ability to sail up rivers gives the dhow and longships major advantages in raiding villages. True. Very historically accurate. The longships especially. Vikings, the longships were a crazy invention. Like, pretty much like European, like when the Europeans started getting raided by Vikings, right, or Nords, whatever you want to call them, right. So they used to go down, and like they thought, oh well, they can't go down our rivers, and boom, they went down their rivers, and then they can just get from one place to another so quick with all their supplies. And they didn't really have a counter. They got outplayed. Completely. But yeah, I agree with this. There will be regular merchant fleets traveling between ports. Yes. In my video, I kind of covered merchant fleets a lot more than warships and stuff of that nature. But I do agree with how he wants to implement warships and ships that carry soldiers. Edit. Some commentators have said the ship should be more expensive. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I see you, dog. And I see their point. However, the reason I put the smaller ships at 15 to 20k is that about the cost of a workshop, and which are usually affordable by the later stage of the early game. I want to allow players to have a seafaring game from almost the outset. However, I understand there may be another way to do this. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. I like the fact that in this game, like, you can do different playthroughs. You can do a trading run. You can do a smithing run. You can do, take over the whole map run. You can do there's different runs you can do. And if you're going to add something big as ships, you should make it, like, possible for a player to be like, hey, I want to be a damn pirate, So, yeah, I agree. Make the level cost of a ship 60 to 80k. Okay. Like your first ship? Okay, yeah, entry cost. So pretty much, if you want to start making ships, like, pay 60 to 80k. Maybe get, like, did they have licenses back then? Probably not, right? Maybe? Like your ship license or your sailor license or, like, your captain license. Something like that should be implemented, right? Like, you go to one of these towns over here, and you get, like, your license or whatever. And the license works, let's say, it could have just worked, like, overall, like, hey, you're now considered a captain or whatever, and you can command ships or stuff of that nature, right? So I think that would be kind of a cool thing to have. Right? Create a quest for Sturgian and Azari cultured players, which grants them a ship for cheap in the early game. Yes. So, yeah, I agree with that, because in my video, I stated that the Sturgians and the Azari, they should have, if they are the same, if you choose a companion of the same culture, then there's a bonus pretty much for what's it called, in terms of, because I was talking about trading ships and stuff of that nature. So if you pick a companion with the same culture, then you will have a trading bonus, if that kind of makes sense. So I do agree with this. I do. Now, let's get to ship type. So we have the Azari Doe. I don't know if I'm saying it right. If I'm not saying it right, it is what it is. Deal with it. I understand. I'm probably not saying it right. But okay, so the Azrai Doe, fast, cheap, weak, can sail up rivers, very maneuverable, can be anchored anywhere. Edit, a commentator suggested a galley rather than a dhow. Okay. Sturgian longship, fast, cheap, weak, can sail up rivers, excellent at ramming, can be anchored anywhere. Okay, I feel like, I don't know exactly what a Azari Doe looks like, but a Sturgian longship, they weren't necessarily weak. They were kind of medium, if that kind of makes sense, right? They weren't a warship. Let's not, like, call it that, but they were very strong. In terms of, like, when it came to, like, dealing with different waters and stuff like that. I would put that to medium. Pretty much armor, right? Then we got the Vladian warship. Slow, expensive, well-armored, high towers, great for archers, can only anchor in ports. I agree. Imperial Droman. Slow, very expensive, extremely well-armored. 3x deck ballistae, can only anchor... Okay, yeah. Kind of end-game type of ship right over here. Then we have merchant ships. Very large, well-armored, very large cargo hold, medium speed. I feel like the... in terms of ships, right? Obviously, there would be more variations, right? But I think merchant ships should have, like, their own types, right? So you have all of these ships that are what would you call it? Warships, right? Ships that carry soldiers. And then merchants should also have, like, 4 or 5 different types of ships, right? If that kind of makes sense. Now we have the Kazay and the Batania. I think that's how you say it, probably not. I understand these guys have been somewhat left out. Just the reason is I could not see them as seafaring people, but this could just be a disadvantage to those factions, but I'm happy to hear your thoughts. Yeah, but okay, in terms of the Kazates, I don't think they need this too, because listen, they need to be left out of some positives, because they're already very strong. You know what I mean? They already have so much strength that them being left out of when it comes to ships, I think they're gonna be fine. The battalions, maybe they should see, like, a little buff You know, because they're already sometimes struggling. Sometimes they do very good if they get an early start, like on the map. But if they start wars with too many people around them, since they're really just in the middle, you know, they do kind of get destroyed. So I don't know. Maybe give them like a little boost, some kind of ground boost, since they don't have any ships. Now, there'd be variations of all of these, but each design would fit the basic type above. Okay, yeah, so different variations. Okay. Naval Combat. Given the difficulty of commanding multiple ships on the high seas, companions will be placed in charge of your ships at the beginning of the battle. Broad orders such as keep your distance, skirmish, charge, ram, and follow me will be given at the outset. The commander will not be able to order the ship to a certain location. Given on the outset, the commander will not be able to order the ship. Okay, so like a different type of combat system. I don't know how combat would work on well, I guess no. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Okay. Different ships will involve very different playstyles. Larger ships drone will try to keep their distance and rain arrows, artillery on the enemy. Smaller ships, Doe and Longship, will try to get as close as possible to board. Yes, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So eventually, because these are slow, right? And these are fast. So eventually these will catch up, but they will take some damage because obviously they have good artillery. Okay. These, I feel like these ships, right, since they have good artillery and they can shoot from so far away and all of that, they should be easily, I don't know how to, I can't say it right. It should be more easy to board them, if that kind of makes sense, right? So once these guys do get to them, you know, I think that these dudes are pretty much done if they're outnumbered, if that kind of makes sense, right? Now, boarding a ship will involve fighting through both the top and bottom decks. Okay. Okay. Sailors are no match for hardened warriors. Should Sturgeon and Berserkers get on board of a merchant ship, they're in big trouble. Exactly, and I think if Sturgeon and Berserkers get on top of this ship, this ship should also be down. I feel like, man, Sturgeons need a boost, man. They're getting played. Listen, they're getting played. Like during these times, like Vikings and like Nordic people, like they were feared. Like, you know what I mean? Like in this area that like the Calradia or whatever, right? It's kind of like mimicking different like cultures, right? But like the Empire and stuff, they should be super scared of the Sturgians, right? Historically speaking. But right now, they're just spanking them on the map. You know what I mean? They're giving them a spanking every 2 seconds. Like, hey, I'm going to take your town. Boom, my town now. I feel like they should be a little bit, you know, make them meat shields. I don't know. Do something. Make them something, man. You know what they should have? Oh my god, I just thought about it, right? So Sturgians, this has nothing to do with this video. I just thought about it, so I'm going to say it. I feel like Sturgians should have, and this might be overpowered, whatever. This is just an idea that popped into my head. So Sturgians, when they go into battle, I feel like their cultural bonus, you know, the ones you choose in the beginning, when you choose what culture you are, right? If you're the Khazaits, you move faster and all of that, right? If you're, what is it, the Vladians, the Azerite trade better and stuff of that nature. But I think the Sturgians, instead of that dumb, they move faster in the snow, like what the hell is that, right? Okay, instead of that one, how about we make it like something like when they go into battle, they their enemy receives like 10 less morale or 20% less morale, so it could continue during the game, right? So pretty much if your enemy starts losing, they're more likely to retreat faster, if that kind of makes sense. I feel like that would be a great cultural bonus, and it would kind of make sense historically speaking. Right or wrong, I don't know. You guys let me know. I just thought about it. It just came to my mind, and I think it's a good idea. But I don't know. I'm not. Just let me know what you guys think. Okay. Unit trees. The sailors that come with each ship could gain experience and levels. I agree. This troop would effectively fight like skirmishers, while regular troops can be used on boats There would also be the Marine troop tiers for each of the cultures. There would be recruitable in port towns. They would be lightly armored with short stabbing weapons and hatchets, perfect for fighting in the tight confines of a ship. Yes, I agree completely. I ain't got nothing to say. I agree completely. Yes. You know, all I want to do is just recruit some pirates, man. I want to have a little pirate gameplay. You know what I mean? That's it. Player experience example. You enter a port town and speak to the harbor master. You order a longship and pay your 18k gold. You wait 1 week until your longship is ready. You'll be notified once it is ready, and you now have the choice to either allocate a companion to it or leave it in port. A longship is a smaller vessel, so it only has 2 sailors, but has a capacity of 22 men. This means once you reduce your party to 20 men, you can still command the ship and set sail. Longships can sail where they please, so you set out for the Vladian coast. Okay, sorry, I'm losing my spell where I'm reading. Sorry about that. Let's start that over again. This means once you reduce your party to 20 men, you can command and ship and set sail. Longship can sail where they please, so you set out for the Vladian coast for some rich pickings. You see a lone merchant vessel sailing along the coast. With your superior speed, you easily catch it. You know from experience that there will likely be 30 to 40 men on board. The battle begins with the cumbersome merchant vessel trying to turn its flank to you to allow its sailors who are not involved in the sailing to fire. Who are not involved in the sailing, okay, to fire arrows upon you. With your superior speed, you try to approach from the rear or front in order to minimize arrows. Once you get close, you order your men to throw their grappling hooks. You board the ship as much as you would. Wait, you didn't write this right here. You board the ship as much as you can, right? And you climb like a castle wall. Your 20 men, minus casualties, would then fight their way through the large merchant ship. Upon victory, you control the ship, but as you only have 2 sailors, you cannot commandeer it. So you sink it, take what goods you can, all in a day's work. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like a good little story right there, you know? Commandeer. So you can kind of, if you have enough men, you can split your men and take over the next ship. Agree. Anyway, that's the general idea. I understand that we are long way off this, but I would love to hear your thoughts. I know this has been a popular talking point, especially with people discussing Viking invasion. Yes. And yes, he's made previous ones. I'm going to go over some more of them. I think this is very cool. I think I enjoy when people have ideas and they list it out like this. I enjoy it. As a fellow idea maker, I do enjoy this, But yeah, if you guys enjoy this, I don't want to keep this too long, right? I'm going to link this down below. You guys can give it a read. Give a read of all this other guys' proposed concepts. Let me know what you guys think about naval combat, how you would want it done, and things of that nature. But yeah, like always, leave me any comments, concerns, and stay safe.